Greetings, 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 everyone. Thank you all for tuning in and welcome to another edition of Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. I am your host, Yah-Tay, and we're here for our 20th episode. That's right. It's the 20th episode. Can you believe it? Wow. So, tonight's episode is entitled Book Busy and Burnout, Knowing When to Pause. I'm going to share some of my I'm going to share some personal experience with this, and we're going to get to the business tonight. Welcome those of you who are tuning in. If you're catching this podcast for the very first time, once again, I am Yah-Tay, your host of Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. If you're catching this on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day, morning, noon, afternoon, noon, evening, whatever time it is. I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to replay this podcast. And it is my hope that you will gain something useful, something valuable, something maybe inspirational out of this podcast. Because tonight we're talking about knowing when to pause, seriously. And I'm kind of in that space. I'm gonna be honest, having a little difficult time with it because I like to go, go, go. Y'all know, as the oldest child, we tend to be on the go a lot, but that's okay. I'm learning too. Learning is something that's constant for me, at least, just like change is. So, if you're tuning in on the replay, I thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Comment if you have any questions or you want to share your thoughts about this subject. Please feel free. We also have a collection of podcasts that we've done thus far that are located inside of our, I guess you would call a catalog, or I don't know what you called it, y'all. The little catalog, or a bookmark for the podcast. There are actually 19 of them, with the addition of this one, from special guests that we've had. So please feel free to check those out. I'm sure you'll gain something from them. If not, share it. Share it. So tonight's episode, once again, is entitled Booked, Busy, and Burnout. Knowing when to pause. So I have about 5 things that I want to share with you as it relates to this topic. Um, I'm going to be talking about what happens when doing the most starts to be doing too much at me. I'm talking to myself right now, so I don't know about y'all. So I want to welcome new listeners, welcome returning listeners, and then we're going to get started. So I have my notes here because I want to be intentional about the 5 things that I want to share with you as it relates to this subject. Y'all know me. I'm getting in teacher mode. So, oh yeah, let me share this. So, yesterday, if y'all are watching this outside of today, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 1st, yesterday, May 31st, made my 3-year mark of being a licensed master hair care professional, i.e. barber stylist. So I am eligible to sit for my state board. I fell off course, but I had my study material together. If y'all was on the episode with Art, then you know we talked about this. But nonetheless, I'm still prepping. My goal is to have it completed by the end of this year. So life happens, as y'all say, life be lifing. Well, life had been lifing for me, and I had to put some things aside. I put a schedule together that was like a year and a half long. So in all honesty, I was a little ahead of the game. If you want to say that. Hey, WK, thank you for joining. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And she said, congratulations, as well as you'll definitely get it. Hey, I got my book over there, y'all, but I just set it to the side because I didn't want to be tempted to show it while we're going through this here podcast. So I'm coaching myself. So many of you know I am I'm a barber stylist. I'm also a certified life coach and life purpose and career coach, as well as a U.S. Navy veteran. So yes, I served in the Navy. But anywho, we're gonna get going on this topic of book busy and burnout. So we can reach burnout. Um, what I'm gonna just throw this out there because this is what I've observed. This is what I've seen. I don't know if it has to do with being a male in the industry or being a female in the industry, but I've heard the likes of who needs the rest. This is work time, being busy and going after the clients or the money, and just constantly going and not taking some me days or some self-care days or some downtime. You can reach burnout pretty quickly. And it's something that you have to learn to balance. So like I said, I'm going to share some personal stuff from me. I'm going to be open and honest about it. And then, like I said, I'm even going through, I, I would say, a semi rest phase. Because if you all don't know, it's been a month since I lost my father. Saturday, yesterday, made a month when you look at the day, the day. But the 3rd of this month will be the actual day that he transitioned last month. But nonetheless, there's been a lot of change, a lot of transformation. I'm still really trying to wrap my head around some of the things. Yet at the same time, I am, thank you. Uh, Yet at the same time, I'm trying to exercise some of these principles too, because like I said, being the oldest child, um, now I'm without both parents. It's a whole different emptiness or feeling that is. And I'll be honest, some things have resurfaced as it relate to my mom's transition. I was really, really young. So I've kind of been, there's you can't well you really shouldn't compare and contrast, but I have been, um, for whatever reason. I am going through grief counseling, so that's something that we didn't have as young children. um, and last month was mental health awareness month, so I am seeking grief counseling for it as well. um, I'm gonna have to get my very, very best friend on. I say very, very my good friend on, who's a mental health therapist. I've been knowing her over 20 years. We actually met in the community, Dr. Carlia East. I'm gonna see if I can get her on to kind of talk about it as it relates to this industry, caring for our clients and being able to balance it. I think that would be some good information. As a matter of fact, in all honesty, I'm looking to do like a health segment, because I see some individuals within the community that are helping me with some stuff. Example, chiropractor. I've been going to a chiropractor since the end of November, and I see them anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. But nonetheless, um, there's some benefits for utilizing chiropractor. Some people are for it, some people aren't. And also therapeutic massage. Um, I experience challenges with my feet. I have plantar fasciitis. So I'm also looking to see if I could coordinate something with my podiatrist, the doctor, to talk about the importance of taking care of your feet, not only in this industry, but every industry. So those are some things that I'm looking at. I got to coordinate it to see if I can get them on. If not, I'll have to bring the information to you using me as an example, but just work with what I have, you know. Uh, Everybody has their schedule, but I will, I know one is would be willing to come on. I want to check with the other two or three and see what we can do as it relates to that, because it does coincide with barbering, especially for those of you who are entering the industry or considering entering the industry. Um, Oftentimes you all enter in at a young age, and that's whatever time you enter this industry, it's important to uh, take care, pause for the cause, take care of yourself, and yeah, ensure that you're taking care of the body. Because if you don't, the body is not going to take care of you. So with that being said, we're going to get into the first, I'm holding up two fingers. We're going to get into the first, I call it segment, or the first topic, or the first point, which is the hustle hangover. Mm. Spotting the signs of burnout and barbering. We do get them, but the question is, do you take heed to them? Are you even aware of the signs that signal burnout? So we're going to talk about this for barbers and barber stylists. It's not just being tired. It's that feeling of you dragging yourself to the shop and wondering if the passion is still there. If you feel like you're dragging, you don't want to go in, or you get in and you're ready to go home, that could be a sign of you need to take a pause for the cause. So some physical symptoms of feeling burnout, or some signs that you can spot are fatigue, body aches, and headaches. Those are some signs that the body is tired, your legs, your lower back, because oftentimes, especially if your mat needs to be replaced, it's worn, then you're gonna get that. Another thing, if you're not wearing the proper shoes, you're gonna get that too. Those tennis shoes, well, let me pause on that, because I'm able to insert um my inserts into my shoes. Y'all hold on for a second. I'm gonna go grab them real quick so that I can show it to you. Hold on. All right. So I keep them by the door. But this is the shoe that I wear. It's all black. And I chose all black because it pretty much goes with everything. So it is a mesh shoe because I have a bunion on my left foot. So I need something soft. If it's too hard and rigid, it causes me too much problems. But anywho, I get black shoes, and here's my insert. They're custom made. I actually have to go and get them made a lot. I also wear this in the bottom for my heel. I wear that underneath this because it stays in place, whereas when I had it on top, it didn't stay in place, but nonetheless, that helps to level out my heel. And I'm gonna share with you a few things that relate to my insert. So I get them roughly about every 6 months, maybe sooner, because I really wear them out. But nonetheless, this is part of taking care of my body. I'm much older than y'all who in the industry a lot younger. I just say that. But nonetheless, this is something to consider. So I have them custom made. They put my foot in a mold. I wish I had the video up to show you because I took some shots of it. But nonetheless, I have a Morton extension rod here. If you can see the little lift for the big toe that helps to relieve pressure on the big toe. And then I have what they call a metatarsal pad in the center that helps to relieve pressure in the center. Smart to have inserts. We can say it's smart to have inserts to level out and make them come. Yes, yes. When I tell y'all, I wear them out. As you can see, these are fairly new. I've had them a couple weeks now. Now you have to break them in. My doctor suggests that I wear them for like a half a day and then go to my old inserts and then wear them a little bit longer the next day. Because if you try to jump in and wear them all day, when it's a new one, you're going to have problems. But this is one thing that I utilize to help with my feet, my lower back, as well as my hips. So that's it. Those are the shoes. That's how I take care. Y'all can tell they brand new, right? They so black. Anywho, let me put these things down. So, yes. So physical symptoms, fatigue, body aches, headaches, emotional clues. Here are some things that you can tell emotionally that you getting there, and it might be time to pause for the cause. Irritability, feeling disconnected, apathy. So those are just a few things that is time, emotionally it might be time for you to disconnect. And professional red flags. This is for the barbering side, a barber stylist side. Some of you cosmetologists might can use this as well, or estheticians, whomever, whatever industry you're in. Rushing through cuts. If you're trying to rush through cuts, or you leaning on the chair and whatever, rushing through cuts, canceling last minute, or mentally checking out. That means you there. You there. So once again, some of the physical symptoms: fatigue, body aches, headaches, emotional clues, irritability, apathy, feeling disconnected. And yet another one, professional red flags: rushing through cuts, canceling at the last minute, mentally just checking out. You might just be going through the motion while you cutting or doing your shear work. You a client talking to you, you're not talking to them because your mind like, I need to be out of here. I can't wait to this over with. But nonetheless, those are some things. So a personal story, and I've actually shared this, but when I found out about my dad's prostate cancer diagnosis, and for those of you who aren't aware, my dad had prostate cancer, but he had also had 7 stents put in within the last 14 months. With that being said, that along with some, my health condition with my feet, hips, lower back, stuff like that, going through my treatments, dealing with that and other life stuff, I was beginning to experience physical and even some, anxiety around it. So I talked with my girlfriend I told y'all I talked to, Dr. Carlia East of Smile, down in St. Petersburg, Florida. I will link her info in the comment section for this. So if any of you are interested, she does virtual. She's great. All right. So, but my dad's situation was impacting my health. As I mentioned, he was the only living parent that I had. So, yeah. And finally getting a much needed support via the VA Medical Center. So, if you all know any veterans are familiar with that um, entity, whether you're a veteran or not, you know how challenging it can be at times getting the support and getting the treatment that you need for whatever it is that you have going on. And sometimes it can be months. Don't cancel an appointment because you might have to wait a couple months to get back in. But nonetheless, that's something personal where I was beginning to experience a burnout. But I will say this, um, because I'm used to managing and juggling things, especially as an older child, being in certain leadership positions and, management positions and things like that. I had become accustomed to compartmentalizing things. So I might have been burnt out a long time ago, but I just kept moving. So the situation with my dad after he passed kind of uh, reinforced, forced, I should say, or reinforced me taking time and just, stepping back amongst other things. But nonetheless, that is the personal share there. All right. So, number two, rest is a right, not a reward. So, how to honor rest without feeling guilty. And oftentimes, your peers can make you feel guilty for taking time, depending on the environment that you're in, you know, but there, you need to rest. You need to rest. Your body needs to recuperate. It needs to feel rejuvenated. You need that time. And I'll tell you this, for me, during this time, especially this last month, because of grief, I have good days and I have not so good days. Um, I've been doing quite a bit of resting, quite a bit of sleeping. Um, my downtime, a quiet time, I'm reading. Um, I'm also listening to music. I love listening to music, mostly instrumental, but I'll get into that. So, in this culture of grind, rest can feel like rebellion. It really can. And some people make you feel like you rebelling if you don't do it. But I'm here to tell you that rest is required, especially for what we do. I can't talk about any other industry because I'm in this one. Um, so, not to say that this couldn't apply to any other industry, but we're talking about barbering and hairstyling at this point. You don't earn it, you need it. So rest is required. And once again, you don't earn it. It's not something you earn, it's something you need. And if you treat it like it's something you earn, then you're gonna be in a world of trouble. Your body is, I should say that. So some people feel guilty for taking days off. You shouldn't. Because if you're going, I've known people to work 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I've done it working uh 6, 7 days a week straight. In the beginning, I shared with y'all, um working at another franchise, trying to get this straight hair technique down, so I'll do that and work as an independent contractor on the weekend. You know, I was doing a lot of things. But my drive was, I got to get this done. But I was reaching burnout too. So I had to establish, um, okay, well, I'm gonna get X amount of cuts done, and then we gonna tailor this. But feeling guilty behind taking days off, you should not feel guilty. Remember, it's not that rest is earned, it's needed. I'm serious, y'all. Because if you don't, your body gonna put you down, and it may not be in the time that you want to be down. So if you don't do it, your body is gonna force you to slow down. All right. Um, how rest improves your quality of service. Rest improves that. It improves your mental health as well. You tend to be sharper when you're rested. Because remember, I said, if you're not, you cut fast, you might be cutting corners or leaving lines in the head and all kind of other stuff, or forgetting to clean up the neck, just little stuff, detailed stuff. So rest helps to improve your quality of service and your mental health, your sharpness. It just helps you all the way around when you get rest. So once again, and I'm gonna keep saying it, rest is not required, um, it's needed. So it's not earned, it's a need. And then I want to share with you how I personally recharge. Like I say, I sleep. I'm starting to factor in more sleep, and getting close to, well, I ain't seen 8 hours in a long time because um, I haven't been sleeping well for a very long time. But a lot of that has to do with some issues that I'm having, but we're working on that. So I get as much sleep as I can. I'll just say that. Even if I lay in the bed and I don't necessarily fall asleep, but at least I'm laying down and I'm resting. I listen to music. I absolutely love music. So I listen to like smooth jazz, instrumental. Instrumental is my number one. Anything instrumental, cello, saxophone, guitar, flute, it don't matter. And then I also like the meditation radio. I have Pandora on my phone. So I have a lot of different subjects, a lot of different genre of music that I listen to. Uh, Look at WK says rest is 100% needed. It's the only way to maintain mental sharpness and balance in life. You're so right. But with the fast-paced life, this microwave syndrome still, um, people feel like they don't need rest. You know, I've heard people say, I rest when I die. Okay, yeah, we know you're going to be resting for a long time, but what about now? What about when your body is tired, is exhausted, and you're seeing yourself making those mistakes? Half cuts, and you're not mentally sharp. So I do meditation radio. I do calming music of mindfulness. Pandora is great. I don't have a subscription, but I do have a list that I go in and I listen to. I have a lot of old school music like Otis Redding, Johnny Taylor. Yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything. And of course, old school music and neo soul, R&B, etc. I just love music. If I showed y'all my Pandora and scroll through it, you'll be like, okay, Yah-Tay, okay. But that's what I do personally when it comes down to rest. And as I said, I'm learning more and more that is very important. I don't care what nobody say. Rest is not required. It's needed. It shouldn't be something that you feel bad about or you feel guilty about taking a day off or a couple of days. If you have great clients, guess what? They'll understand because you're always there for them, right? Okay. All right. So don't take away from your grind. Rest doesn't take away from your grind, it actually fuels it. So we need to change our perspective on rest. All right. Remember, we got to honor it without feeling guilty. All right. So that's the second point. Now let's get into the third point I have here. Let me get my little pieces here. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, you have joined Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. I appreciate those of you who are catching this on the replay as well. Your comments, thank you all for commenting. Good, bad, or indifference. I respond, you know, I respond. So, all right. So the next one is, or the next topic for this segment, book busy and burnout, knowing when to pause, is setting boundaries for client and time. Remember, I told y'all in another podcast that I avail myself at the barbershop and even for my clients who schedule, like the truck driver that I have, that comes. I have individuals who have various scalp conditions, or they're experiencing hair loss that don't necessarily want to be in the barbershop. So I take care of them at my private home suite. But nonetheless, let's talk about boundaries, not just with people, but with your phone, your schedule, your habits. What you allow will continue. And I want to say, I end up getting a second line for my phone. First off, I had an 800 number. People don't do 800 numbers. I had that 800 number for a long time. But anywho, I end up canceling the 800 number and getting a actual business line, because I wanted to, I didn't want the calls to my personal phone. Some people, I'm gonna say some people don't respect your space. They don't respect your boundaries. They'll text you all times of night. Some of them even try to call you for an appointment. I'm appreciative of it. Even when I'm replying back to a client, I try to be mindful not to text after a certain hour, or not to text before a certain hour, unless they've left something and I just so happen to look at my phone, and I'll decide then based on the time that has elapsed, and I'll reply at that point. If not, I'll wait till the next day and then reply. But with that, setting boundaries as it relates to your clients and time is also very important. So set up communication limits. Like I said, texting, calls, the hours and DMs. Stick to, your shop hours or booking hours without shame. You have those hours of operation for a reason. Okay, stick to them. Because if you don't and you start to bend it a lot, guess what? They're going to look at you like, well, they don't respect their own hours. Well, let me just call and see what I can get done and when I can get it done. So that is something. So to share with you how I set them, and I'm in charge of my piece to the best of my ability, because some things are out of our control when it comes down to protecting our peace, and just having that peace. So like I said, I have a business line and I have a personal line. No business on personal lines. All my clients are here. So I know when this one ring or I get a notification, I know it's a client. Let's see why this works for me. It keeps my DMs and texts from becoming excessive, because if everything was on the personal line, it'll constantly be ringing. So like I said, I've chosen to separate them. and it's a business expense. So at the end of the year, a portion of it is written off as a business expense because I do have a business line for my carrier. But nonetheless, it helps me to separate my business from my downtime. So when I leave, unless I'm doing something privately, uh, this go down. And even my personal line, at the end of the evening, I want to say about 10:30. Guess what? The do not disturb bell click on, and it don't go off to the next morning at 9:30. So I got it from 10:30 to 9:30. That it comes on at 10:30 p.m. every day, and it goes off at 9:30 a.m. every morning, Sunday through Saturday. So I have a do not disturb on that one. This one here, I just turn the ringer down. That's it. So it helps me to protect my mental space from constant notifications, like I said, and separating the business from my downtime. It also allows me to gain my peace, so I don't have to worry about it. Sometimes I'm tempted. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm tempted, especially if I'm waiting for a reply. Like, I'll give an example. I had a client text me Friday for a service on Saturday. I gave them a time frame. However, they remiss to contact me back for the time frame that I suggested, and we ended up having to reschedule because I didn't get the confirmation back. I got booked. So I had to let them know, I'm sorry, I'm booked. Would another day and time work? And it did, and we took care of it. So, but that helps me to gain peace. It's clear communication, fewer distractions, and it also gives me permission to unplug. I told y'all I had a hard time with that, right? So I'm learning to unplug. I'm learning to unwind. I'm learning to rest. Okay. So I'm not telling you all something that I'm not doing. I'm learning on another level to put me first. And I had not been. So, hey, you teach people, I know y'all done heard this. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. You've heard that time and time and time again. So, yeah, you treat folks how to treat you. You teach folks how to treat you by what you tolerate. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's move on to the fourth topic. So the fourth topic is pouring back into you. Ways to refill your cup as a creative, because those of us who are in the barber and beauty industry, I consider us creative. You have to be to a certain extent. So what are ways that you fill up your cup? Because I know you've heard working from half full, is the jar half full or half empty? Like this here. What are you, my water bottle? Y'all can see, I don't know why, but I like to take the paper off of it. But anywho, you can see the 16-ounce bottle. You can see where it's filled up, right? Are you giving from half? You giving from down here? Are you giving from up here? Better yet, are you replenishing yourself? I had a habit of giving from here and even giving from down here, y'all. I'm serious. I'm just being honest. That's probably why I'm where I am now. But anywho, half full, how you replenishing yourself, how you filling up, how what are you doing to fill up your cup or fill up your water bottle? So I encourage hobbies outside of hair. So they have art, you got music, you got journaling, nature walks, whatever. I'm just naming a few things. I got my journal, but I've been slowful about writing stuff in it. So it might be a week or two before I put something in it, but I do journal. There was a period where I journaled from 1998 to 2015, 16, somewhere around in there. But anyway, I had the journals, y'all. I had them. But nonetheless, journaling is something that's good. I told y'all I listen to music. Yeah. So another thing is, what do you do for mental and spiritual refill? What are some things you do? Therapy, prayer, affirmations, retreats. I went to a retreat back in March. I do a lot of affirmations. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all one that I have here. This was actually given to me. Hold on. This one, it's a look. Where my little card at? It's a little card. Y'all, I like to write a lot, so pardon me. So this is a card that I have. It's they're little cards with scriptures on them that I'm reminded of. So I have some of those. Actually, that one was given to me. So I have those. I have books that I read that are like daily meditations. I can pick it up and read it at any point. Whatever day it is, I can take that and read it. I will share this. Um, One of my spiritual fathers would tell me to read a proverb a day, because there are 31 proverbs. Read a proverb a day and then read 5 psalms. So if you read a proverb a day and you add 5 psalms on top of that, it'll take you through the whole month. That's a tip, y'all. That's a tip. But mental and spiritual refill. So I shared with you all that I'm in grief therapy through the VA with the chaplain there, and of course my girlfriend. I'm grateful to have that unique access. Especially during this time, she's been checking in with me to help me process this, because as I mentioned, I'm without both of my parents, and it's a different emptiness. Um, um, I know that I have other family, but oftentimes I feel like I'm by myself. Because when you lose parents, it's different. It's just different. But nonetheless, therapy, prayer, affirmations, retreats. Those are just some things. Reconnect to your why. Why did you choose this industry? Sometimes all it takes to feel refilled is to reconnect to your why. Why did you choose the barbering industry? Why did you choose uh, becoming a cosmetologist? Why did you choose becoming an esthetician or massage therapist, or whatever it is that you've chosen? For those of you who might not be in the industry but still taking a look at this, what is your why? Reconnect with your why. And just to give you some quotes or mantras that I've written down, because I'm big on affirmations. If y'all ever follow my Instagram or Facebook page, more than likely you'll find a quote and you'll find an explanation or a reference or a caption to go with the quote. It's just something that I've been into reading. I really enjoyed them. So I have a few that I will share with you. Thank you, WK. I appreciate it. WK says reconnect with your why. I love that. Yeah, that's very important. Sometimes that might be all it takes for us to reconnect with our why. So to help us reset here are a few quotes that I've thrown, I've written down, and I'll share with you um, uh, some things in reference to it. So once again, rest. All right. Remember, I talked about resting. It's not what did I say, y'all? Resting is, you're not being rebellious. It's not earned. It's you need it. So here, rest is not quitting, it's coming back stronger. So when you give your body time to rest, you allow your body time to rejuvenate, to relax, to recover so that you can come back stronger. All right. So stepping away doesn't mean that you're stepping back. So resting doesn't mean that you're giving up. Resting actually is is a must. Because just think about it, y'all. How are you going to keep going if you don't break? If you don't take your time? If you don't rest, if you don't relax, and you just constantly go, 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 go. That's like a car. If you don't stop to put gas in it and you just drive, 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 eventually you're going to run out of gas. Okay. Don't be passing all them gas stations like my dad say. Fill up at a half a tank. Don't be passing all them gas stations. Anywho, so rest is not quitting. It's coming back stronger. So once again, stepping away doesn't mean stepping back or you're quitting. Another one is you can't pour fresh cuts. I'm putting a barber twist on this. Into an empty cup. You can't pour fresh cuts into an empty cup. Look, when we don't rest, we're not sharp. We're not firing on all cylinders. We're making mistakes. Things are happening. We're forgetting stuff. Yeah, it happens because you're mentally tired. Your body is physically tired and you're mentally tired. Resetting isn't a weakness, it's a strategy. I said to you all during this time of grief for me, I've had to take some steps back. But I've been strategizing and figuring out my next steps because this loss has made me really look at some things, and not to say that I haven't been. It's just forced me to really really look at some stuff. So yeah, it's not it, yeah, that one is just a classic barber twist on a classic self mantra. You can't pour fresh cuts into an empty cup. All right. The next one, like I said, resetting isn't weakness, it's a strategy. So when you're able to take time for yourself, downtime, you're able to strategize. You're able to, look at the bigger picture. Reconnect. Yes, we got to reconnect. So here's one that I am becoming more conscious of. My peace of mind, my peace is part of my brand. So if I don't have the peace of mind that I need to be able to provide the service to my clients, they're not getting the best of me and they're not getting the environment that I create. Hey, welcome to my barber here. She said, keep your head up, Tay. Hi, Tay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And happy birthday once again. My barber had a birthday yesterday. But nonetheless, thank you so much. And thank you for being that support system. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I know you understand because you too have lost your father as well. But my peace of mind is part of my brand. So powerful and personal. So having that peace of mind allows me to be impactful with my clients. It allows me to be there in real time with them, not my mind somewhere else thinking, man, let me hurry up and get through this cut because I'm tired. I need to go lay down. I need to rest. Well, yeah. So the last one is even clippers need to cool down. So think about it. You can't take them clippers. Well, you can. Some people do it, and they'll just keep spraying the clipper spray on them to cool them off. But even the clippers got to cool down. So do you. Be true to yourself and be true to your clippers. Okay. I know that's kind of corny, but you get what I'm saying. So, ways to refill, once again, I encourage hobbies, um, mental and spiritual refill. So, some hobbies, art, music, journaling, nature walks, whatever your hobby is. It could be painting, it could be, I don't know, roller skating. I haven't done that in a while. It could be anything. And then mental and spiritual refills that can come in the form of therapy. It can come in the form of prayer, a quiet meditation time, affirmations, retreats, small gatherings, whatever it is. It can come in many of those forms. And also, another thing is to reconnect to your why. So, reconnect to your why, as well as some of these quotes and mantras that I've shared with you. And I want to repeat one. Resetting isn't a weakness, it's a strategy. So don't feel guilty about resting, and don't allow anyone else to make you feel guilty about taking time off. Because if you don't, you're going to burn out, and your body is going to force you to lay down or sit down somewhere. And you rather take the time to do it beforehand than your body forcing you to do it, and you don't have control over that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So the last point, before I get into, our closing remarks of this, and, doing a brief recap, is scheduling self-care like you schedule cuts. And I know my barber own, and I would tell her, you know, uh, coming to you is my self-care time. You got to learn to cut your own hair. Yeah, I get it. And I can. But going to see my barber, Brandy, AKA Lady Faded, that forces me to do self-care. So with that, you want to make room um, for yourself. Like you make room for your 10 a.m. taper, or your 10 a.m. cut, or your 11 a.m. shape up, or your 2 o'clock lock retwist, whatever it may be. Just like you make time to schedule those things or put them on the books, you need to make room for your own turn up, your own self-care. So treat self-care like a non-negotiable. Because like I said, if you don't incorporate rest, and I've been there, you're going to experience the burnout, and your body is going to put you down. And it may not be a time that you want to be down. Not like Brandy. I want to be down. No, it ain't going to be like that. But trust me, it's not going to be like that. So treat self-care like a non-negotiable appointment, that you got to make this appointment. Put yourself on the calendar, which brings me to use tools. You have calendars, we got reminders, we got all kind of apps, even your phone. You can set a timer on your phone or a date on the phone and remind you to carve out that time. You got to take time for yourself. And I encourage barbers and barber stylists, or anybody for that matter, to create me days and personal Sabbaths. Yeah, Brandy say here, she say you know, I got you. Even if you can't cut your own hair, yeah, I can cut it now. But I still gotta come to you because that, like I say, that forces me. She say, our hair combos help me out also. Yeah, and look, I sure appreciate you because I sure need you. Like my clients come and share with me, I need to share too. So that's also something that I say, look, we're not just barbers. We're more than just barbers. We're therapists, we're coaches, we're cheerleaders, we all of the above when it comes down to our clients. Whatever it is they need in addition to their hair, oftentimes we service that person, you know? And some of our clients tell us things that they wouldn't tell family members, significant others, you know, processing stuff, the whole 9 yards. And sometimes it's just that we're listening in for them. They don't necessarily want a solution or even an answer. They just want to be heard, you know? So sometimes we're sounding boards. Okay. So with that, use your tools. And once again, I encourage me days or personal Sabbaths. Okay. It's very important. And I want to share with you all how I help my energy and my creativity long term. I'm starting to do this more, like I said. It's been hard. I still struggle with it a little bit, but I put stuff on the calendar for myself. I make time. I do. I have to, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm forced because my body is tired to do so. So with that, setting aside time for self-care, it helps me to feel rejuvenated. It makes me more aware and sharper. And it also, y'all, helps me to process through my thoughts and emotion. Because oftentimes when we're tired, we don't look at things in its totality. We rush to make decisions, or we rush to do stuff that we might not have necessarily made that move or made that decision if we had not been rested mentally and even physically in some instances. Which brings me to be mindful and not to make decisions from that state or from that place, because you can regret some stuff when you do that. So personalizing me days and the personal Sabbath days, look, let me tell y'all, it's an investment in yourself holistically, not just physically, not just mentally, not just spiritually. It's the whole aspect. So prioritizing self-care, prioritizing me days, a personal Sabbath, it's an investment. It's an investment in yourself, and it's also an investment in the longevity of your career, ensuring you'll be able to perform at whatever you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing, it will ensure that you'll be able to perform, not only perform the service, perform the job, but at the highest level for years to come. And I want to express this to my young people. Start factoring in the me time, the self-care days, the personal Sabbaths now, even if it's a day or half a day. I know some folks will say, while you're young, get it all in. And yes, you should, but you want to balance it, because even young folks they burn out, they get tired, mental breakdowns, physical breakdowns, all of the above. Okay. So learn to balance. You might be able to, the young person, I'm talking to you, you might be able to go a little bit longer than me, you know, because you're younger. However, you want to start factoring that in. That bring me back to these shoes. Take care of your feet because you're standing on them. And this for anybody across any work, job, environment. Take care of your feet. You only get two of them. All right. Take care of them. Yeah, I know them hard bottoms might look good. Them tennis shoes might look good. And yeah, I can take and put my inserts in other shoes as well. So I have them in other shoes that I can wear too. But nonetheless, the bottom line is take care of your feet. You take care of your feet, take care of your body, it's going to take care of you. We can't say here for years to come, that's exactly right. Balance is key for everything. Burnout is not fun. You get out of my old job because of burnout. Yeah. And y'all, I'm just not coming back in. Well, I'm coming back around to my first love, and I'm much more seasoned in age than many of you all who come in it early on in life. So it's a must for me, you know. So that's why I say I'm stressing this to you all and sharing this with you all to take care of your body, prioritize self-care for yourself, make some me days, prioritize me days and personal Sabbath days. Again, it's an investment in yourself holistically, and it's also an investment in the longevity of your career, ensuring you'll be able to perform whatever you're doing at the highest level for years to come. So, in closing, here's the truth. Being booked and busy doesn't mean that you have to be broken and burn out. Pause, reset, pour back into yourself. Y'all, if y'all take nothing else from this, please, please, please pause, reset, pour back into yourself. You can be booked and busy and the money coming in, but if that body shut down and you can't go in and perform those services, because I don't know about y'all, I don't work, I don't eat. Okay. I don't work, I don't eat. So I got to be able to balance all of that. Pause for calls, reset when I need to, and pour back into myself so I can in turn pour back into my craft, pour back into my clients, and pour back into what it is that I do. And I love it. So a recap, the takeaways, I'm going to run back through this one more again for y'all. Let me get my notes. Let me get my notes because I want to be intentional to ensure for those of you who might have just scrolled through, let me get to the end. Let me get to the end. It's all good. I appreciate your time anyway. So spotting the signs of burnout and barbering, or as a barber stylist, or in the cosmetology industry, any industry, I think these points are universal. Physical symptoms, fatigue, body aches, headaches, and there are many others, but those are just some. Emotional clues, irritability, feeling disconnected, apathy. Professional red flags for barbering, you're rushing through cuts, you're half doing it, you skipping over, you canceling at the last minute, you mentally just checked out. You just going with the flow. You don't know what you're doing. You know how what they say when you drive home, sometimes your mind is somewhere else and you just driving and don't know how you got home, but you there, you done checked out at the barber chair or the salon chair. So those are some clues with topic number one. The second one, rest is a right. Remember that. Rest is a right, not a reward. So be able to honor rest without feeling guilty. And some ways you address that. Don't feel guilty about taking a day off. I don't care what nobody say. Because if you don't, your body gonna say, hey, and it's gonna do it when you least expect it. Rest improves the quality of service, your quality of service, and your mental health. It also helps you to be able to pour into your clients, all right? Because they pour into us when they sitting in the chair. And I've already shared with you how I personally recharge. I'm working on getting sleep. I'm getting some support with that. But I do listen to music. I listen to all types of music. I tell y'all, when I wake up, sometimes before I even go in the bathroom to brush my teeth, I hit that remote to turn on the music because I love music. And when I get in the car, music. Wherever I'm at, music. But nonetheless, that is one thing. And I do meditation radio. I do common music for of mindfulness, and of course, old school neo soul. I just love music. So don't rest doesn't take away from your grind. It fuels it. Remember that. If you don't remember nothing else, rest fuels your grind. It doesn't take away from it, but it'll take away from it if you don't take the time to rest. Right? Remember, rest is a right, not a reward. All right. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty about resting your body. Okay. Number 3, setting boundaries with clients and time. I've shared with you all how I set boundaries with my time and my clients. I have a personal and a business phone. This is actually my business line. So, booking policies, don't be ashamed or afraid to stick to those policies and procedures um, without shame. That helps you to govern your time, make time for yourself, and your clients will in turn respect that too. If they don't, get them on that schedule. So I've already shared with you how I've set things in place to set boundaries with my clients and my time. My personal phone, it goes on do not disturb at 10:30 p.m. I might even move it up to 10 o'clock. But anyway, it goes on at 10:30 p.m. and it doesn't go off to 9:30 a.m. That's every day, 7 days a week, 365, 66 days of the year if it's a leap year. So that's what I do. It minimizes the texts and the DMs, keeping it from becoming excessive. It helps to separate business from a downtime. Okay. And it protects my mental space. Yeah. I can't have them notifications constantly going off. You got to shut it down. And I gain my peace, clear communication, few distractions, and it also gives me permission to unplug. I told y'all I'm learning how to do that even more, right? So these are some things that I put in place to help me to protect my peace and to ensure that I unplug so that I can do some of those things that I was talking about with you all. Remember, you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. So if you're tolerating it, you're teaching them how to treat you in that. All right. So set them boundaries with your clients and your time. All right. Number 4, ways to refill your cup as a creative. I consider us all creatives. You may not, but I think you are. How do you refill? Engage in hobbies outside of barbering or outside of your craft. Some things we talked about: art, music, journaling, nature walking, playing ball, skating, whatever it is that you do, get a hobby. Find something outside of what you do. Mental and spiritual refills. I shared with you all, I'm receiving grief counseling. Last month was mental health month. I also have a girlfriend of mine, Dr. Carlia East, whom I've been knowing for over 20 years, who is a licensed professional mental health therapist that is helping me as well on top of what I received through the VA. So therapy, prayers, affirmations, retreats, whatever it is to help you mentally and spiritually have that refill. We don't want to be running from empty. All right. No emptiness. And like I said, a few quotes: rest is not quitting. it's coming back stronger. Remember that. It's not quitting, it's coming back stronger. You can't pour fresh cuts into an empty cup. That's just the barbering spin on the old classic. Uh, resetting isn't weak. It's a strategy. With the this me going through this grief with my father, and I can say my mother as well, because this has put me back to that moment, because I'm without both of them. It's allowing me to strategize and think about some things. So rest is a power move, okay? Not a pause in productivity. So remember, it's a strategy. It's not a weakness. It's a strategy. It's a power move. And your body will feel powerful. So it's not a pause on productivity. As a matter of fact, when you take the rest, regain that power, it'll allow you to be more productive, okay? Mentally sharp. All right. Peace of mind is part of my brand. I told y'all that. Hey, I'm aging. So I got to protect my peace, got to protect my mind. All right. That's powerful and it's personal. Okay. Even clippers need to cool down. You do too. All right. You got to turn them clippers off, right? Let them cool off. You can't keep them running or they'll wait. This just came to me. You keep them clippers on and plugged up, guess what? They're going to burn out too, right? And then you're going to have to send them somewhere to be repaired unless you throw them in the trash. But if you keep them running, they're going to burn out. For real, for real. So if you keep you running, you're going to burn out too. All right? And number 5, scheduling self-care like you schedule cuts, hairdos, braids, extensions, whatever it is you do. Schedule your self-care like you schedule them cuts, or you schedule that hair appointment. Okay? And with that, treat yourself like a non-negotiable appointment. Put you on the calendar. Pencil you in. You be the appointment. Okay? Self-care. Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Wednesday, 6:30. Whatever it is. You schedule you. Use the tools you have. You got your phone, your calendar, you got reminders. There are even apps out there that you can utilize. So I'm encouraging you all, me days, personal Sabbaths. Please take them. Don't let nobody make you feel weak or like it's not important, because it is. Because if you don't, like I said, you keep them clippers on, they're going to burn out, right? You keep going, you're going to burn out. That's all I got to say. And remember, prioritizing me days and personal Sabbaths, it's an investment in you. And ultimately, it's an investment in the longevity of your career, which will in turn allow you to perform at the highest level you can. All right. So take time. All right. Did the recap. I encourage you all. Let's see somebody else here. These tips are Chef Kiss. I needed them for some. Oh, for sure. Thank you so much for sharing these tips with us. No problem. Thank you, WK, for tuning in. Thank you, Brandy, for jumping on. And for those of you who are on Instagram, I'm sorry I can't see y'all, but I appreciate you tuning in. And my I want to learn how to go live on TikTok. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. But I figured out. Anywho, thank you, Facebook fam. Thank you, YouTube fam. And thank you, Instagram fam, for connecting. I really appreciate it. And I encourage you all to check in with yourself this week. So this is the challenge. Check in with yourself this week. Ask yourself, self, how am I feeling? How am I doing? What's going on with you? All right. So I encourage you all to check in this week, every week. Check in at some point during the week to see how you're doing, see how you are feeling. All right. And I'm going to bring this to a close. So this week, I dare you to cancel something that drains you. This is a challenge. I dare you to cancel something that drains you and replace it with something that fills you. So here again, cancel whatever it is that's draining you and fill it with something that fulfills you, rejuvenates you, brings you life, makes you feel good. That's my challenge to you. Find something, whatever it is, and eventually start replacing that stuff that drain you. Because if you leave it there, it's going to continue to drain you. And like leaving them clippers on, you're going to burn out. Or you're going to come irritable, angry, you all of them above. So I challenge y'all to do that. And share your story. Share some burnout recovery tips if you have them. Put them in the comments. Let us know some things that you do to prevent burnout, or if you're experiencing burnout, or if you have experienced burnout, what have you done? Have you used some of these tips that I've shared with you today, or is it something else that you do? Share it with us. All right. Put it in the comments. If you're on IG, put it in the comments. If you're on Facebook, put it in the comments. If you don't want to put it in the comments, feel free to DM me or email me at Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist at gmail.com. Remember, I'm a life coach, so I can help you out too. I'm helping my life now. I got some support. I have a counselor. I got a life coach. You know what I mean? We all need help at some point. You can't do it all by yourself. And that's where I am. So once again, share your comments below, either on IG, Facebook, or like I said, email me at Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. And if you want to hear more about how I've been able to make this explore healing and legacy deeper, here's my book, A Heritage of Hair. And it can be purchased at Amazon, on Amazon.com. If you're in the area here locally, I have a copy. And the reason why I bring that up, because you can get your official seal and I personally autograph it for you. If not, get it on Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, you can get it in 2 days. All right. If you would like for me to sign your copy, or you want the seal, DM me, reach out to me, and we'll work it out. We'll work it out. All right. So, Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist, that's all I have. And once again, Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay is on every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is, once again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Female Barber Talk is on. We'll either have someone on as a guest, it'll be pre-recorded, or it'll be live, and you'll have me as your guest speaker for the day. But nonetheless, I thank those of you who have been following. I thank those of you who have been catching the replay for the podcast. It's very encouraging. This is our 20th episode. So I really, really appreciate that. Yah-Tay say you are wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week. Have a good night. Thank you, Yah-Tay. I wish everyone a wonderful week this week as well. And remember, I challenge you, I dare you to cancel something that drains you and replace it with something that fills you up, that fills you. That's my challenge for you for this week. Remember, self-care is important. Rest is not required. it's needed. I'm sorry. Yeah. Rest is not it is a right. It's not a reward. It's a right. It is required for that body to be rejuvenated. So thank you all for joining. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, WeK. Thank you, all of my live viewers. Thank you to my replay viewers. And once again, share your tips. Share something that you've done to prevent burnout, that you've used to help with burnout. If you're through the burnout phase, what did you do? Share it with us. If you don't want to put it in the comments and you still want to share it, DM me or email it to me. All right. I greatly appreciate you all. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time you catch this. Once again, I am Yah-Tay Keaton, also known as Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist, your host for Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. This has been episode 20, Booked, Busy, and Burnout, knowing when to pause. Remember, you got to know when to pause, because if you don't, like if you leave them clippers on, they're going to burn out, and you're going to have to get them repaired or get a new one. Well, your body going to let you know. So challenge yourself this week to discard something, to take away something that drains you, and fill it with something that replace it with something that fills you up. Rest is a reward. Okay. What I say? Rest is a right, not a reward. Help me out, y'all. Rest is a right, not a reward. Don't allow anyone to make you think that resting is not beneficial, because in the long run, it's an investment in yourself holistically, and it's an investment in your career, which will allow you to function at the highest level for years to come. That's all I got. I'm out, and you all take care and have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, remember, this is more than clippers. It's about conversations that matter here on Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. Thank you all. Enjoy.
Naturals.